Jagannath Appearance Day. So I shall quickly rewind as to what we have done, and
Spotlight gone again, Mataji. Yeah.
Is there? For me, are you there?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, fine. So I'll do a quick review and of what we have done in the last class. So we were studying that how there was a king called King Indrayumna, and
Mataji,
one
your voice
devotee,
is
one
breaking. Can you
pilgrimage had
repeat that,
visited.
Mataji?
Yes. So once there was a a very pious king, and in his court one devotee came. He was traveling and he described about Neel Madhav, and he gave the description so beautifully that this king had a very strong desire to go and have darshan of this Neel Madhav. So then a lot of arrangements were made, and finally one person called Vidyapati was selected, that you go and search where Neel Madhav is, and you come back and give us description, so that we all of us can travel and we all can go and have look at Neel Madhav. So Vidyapati was sent, and when he traveled for a long time, after traveling, he came to know that there is one beautiful deity of late Neel Madhav, and he met Vishwavasu. He was the king of tribal people, and he was little hesitant in taking Vidyapati to Neel Madhav because it was a little sacred place and not everybody was going there. But when Vidyapati, refused to eat or drink anything unless he sees the Lord, so then Vishwavasu agreed, because he saw that how eager was Vidyapati to have darshan of the Lord. So after they kept walking and walking and walking, because earlier days there was not such transportation available. After a long night walk, they reached Neelanchal Dham. It is the place where Neel Madhav was residing. And finally, Vidyapati could see the beautiful deity of the Lord. He offered his prayers and showed his gratitude that he could have darshan of the Supreme Lord. So this deity was in the form of Lord Vishnu, sitting along with Mother Lakshmi, the eternal wife of Lord Vishnu, Lakshmi Devi, and it was a beautiful form. So Vidyapati was just as if he was, so totally blessed he was. And then he finally returned back to the house of Vishwavasu, and Vishwavasu treated him to a wonderful, very opulent, huge prasadam. So Vidyapati was wondering that how Vishwavasu was not a very rich person, how could he arrange such, elaborate prasad? So then Vishwavasu told him that this prasad was offered by Devtas to Neel Madhav, and Devtas from heaven used to visit Neel Madhav every day. So from there, once Lord Vishnu takes this prasad, then he gets the balance prasad from there. So what Vidyapati was eating was actually the food which was given by the demigods, the Devatas, to Neel Madhav. So imagine what prasad it would be. Finally, Vidyapati returns, and he gives the whole description to the king. And he was also carrying one garland, which was given to him by the Lord himself. And that same garland he offered to the king. And king was jubilant. He was very, very happy. At that time, Narad Muni arrived, and king expressed that he wanted to build a temple for Neel Madhav.
Mataji, this is the tribal king or the other king?
No, now he's come back. No, Vidyapati has come back now. He's come back to Indrayumna. And at that time, in the court of King Indrayumna, Narad Muni.
Mataji.
Sorry?
A little slower, Mataji.
Sure. So I'll take it up from Vidyapati comes back. Vidyapati comes back and he offers a garland to King Indrayumna. This garland was personally given to Vidyapati by Neel Madhav. And
sorry, Mataji. See, here's the confusion. Neel Madhav is a deity, right?
Right. Neel Madhav is Lord Krishna only, Lord Vishnu only.
हाँ तो वो मतलब वो कैसे देंगे garland?
हाँ तो वो उनके गले में था ना. He offered. See, the deity was alive. It was not just an idol.
So we missed this, Mataji. I have been signing idol.
Okay, so idol, in fact, see if a Pandit or Pujari is there. So the Pujari gave the garland of the Lord to Vidyapati. And same garland, Vidyapati gave it to King Indrayumna. And he explained how beautiful the deity is, and he had darshan of the deity. At that time, in the court of the king, Narad Muni arrives. And the king expresses his desire that now he personally wants to go and take darshan of Neel Madhav. And he also told Narad Muni that he wants to build a huge temple for Neel Madhav. So Narad Muni blessed him, and after that, the king started his journey along with many special people. He started traveling towards Neelanchal Dham. The place is called Neelanchal Dham. And after a few days of journey, when they reached there, when the king along with his special people, when they reached there, to the shop of the king, Lord had disappeared from that place. And the king was very, very sad as to what, maybe he is not so pious, maybe he is so impure that Lord is angry with him and Lord has disappeared from that place. So at that time, one divine voice came, like, I don't know, how will you express Akash Mani? Somebody divine's voice came from heaven that don't worry, I will give you darshan, but not in this form of Neel Madhav. I will appear as Jagannath and give you darshan. And then he instructed that how you have to go to a particular river, and in that river will automatically one log of wood will come floating. This name of the wood will be Daru Brahman. Okay, so, and that wood, what is special thing about that wood? That wood would be carrying the signs same size which Lord Vishnu has. So Lord Vishnu is always, if you have looked at the photographs of Lord Vishnu is always carrying a conch, a lotus flower, a mace, and what is left? 1 second. And the disc. So these are the 4 things which Lord Vishnu is always carrying with him. So last week I had shared a picture. We will have a look at the picture. So what Lord is trying to say here is that if there could be a lot of wood floating in the river, right? But this particular wood would be carrying the marks of conch, lotus flower, mace, and disc. From that wood, the deity of the Lord would be carved. So let's proceed now. What happens? So till this point, we had covered in last week. So can you see the 4 things which Lord is carrying with him? You can see there is 1 lotus flower, 1 disc, 1 conch, 1 disc, 1 mace, conch, flower, mace, and disc. So 4 things Lord is carrying. So same 4 things are present on the wood. So I'll show you another picture. Not a very clear picture, but you can get a rough idea. So to some extent, some I think a conch and a flower or a disc was visible. So a log wood came floating in the river, and from that the deity of the Lord would be carved. So let's proceed. So now the big question was, who is going to carve this deity? So many of the best carpenters were invited to do carving, but every time these carpenters would work, their tools would break. So this worried the king. So you remember the king Indrayumna, he has been told by the Lord that you get hold of this wooden piece, and then he has to appoint some carpenter, definitely, because king will not sit and do this work. For making a deity, there are very special people who knows how to carve deity from a piece of wood. So similarly, then now the king invited many carpenters to come and carve the deity. But whosoever came, they could not carve the deity. Every time they would start working, their tools would break. Again, now the king heard another voice that one old carpenter would come and he will carve the Lord. So finally, one day, one carpenter came, but when he came, he gave some conditions. Like, I want these conditions. If you're okay with those promises, if you're okay to abide by those conditions, only then I will work. So the king asked, what do you want? So this carpenter says that no one should see the carving. So you please give me a room. I would close the room and nobody should enter that room. If somebody enters the room, they would become blind. So finally, this carpenter started the king, okay, he agreed. And this carpenter came and he promised that he would finish the work in 21 days. And he's also got a room. He got a closed room. And he said, within 21 days, I will, finish the deity and give it to you. But in those 21 days, nobody should come in the room. Otherwise, he is going to disappear from the room. He will not be there. Whatever be the condition of the deities, I will leave it there and then, and I will disappear. So the condition is 21 days, nobody should open the door, nobody should disturb him. For 21 days, the room will be closed and only I will be there making the deities. Once the deities are ready, I will open the door myself. But nobody should disturb me. Nobody should come inside. Otherwise, I will leave the deities and I will go away. So then carpenter started the work in a closed room and everybody, they could hear the carving happening outside. So much of tools are moving and thuk thuk, the sounds are coming. So people, there is a security guard standing outside. The king is there, queen is there, because they are very anxious to see this form of the Lord. So, and every time they could hear that, yes, carpenter is inside and he's working. The sound of his tools are coming. But after 14th day, what happened? That they did not hear any sound. So they thought that something wrong would have happened to the health of the carpenter because he was old. Maybe he needs something. Maybe he's fallen sick. Maybe he's got some fever. So they were having so many doubts in their mind. So the king and the queen were very anxious that something has gone wrong inside. So now what happened? In spite of warning given by carpenter, the king opened the door. And it was on 14th day, the old man, as per his condition, disappeared. So he had said that if before 21 days somebody opens the door, I will disappear. And when king opened the door, there were 3 deities, and the deities had no hands, they had no legs. It was as if they were incomplete. Because obviously, 14th day, from 14 to 21, still some time was left, right? And the king did not have patience and he thought something has gone wrong with the old man. So he opened the door. And the moment he opened the door, he saw the deities are incomplete. They had no hands, they had no legs. So king was regretting, he was feeling very, very horrible. And he thought that what a big mistake he has done. The deities are not finished. And because of his own foolishness, he has opened the door. Now at that time, Narad Muni again appeared. And what did he say? He said, don't worry, king. It was the desire of the Lord to appear in this form with big eyes, no legs, and two of them had hands, but a very different form of hands. Now you remember why Narad Muni said all this? If you remember the first time when we started explaining about who Jagannath is, that you remember there was a story I told that how in Dwarka, Krishna, after listening to his childhood stories, he got so emotional that his eyes became big, the hands went inside the body. You remember that first story? And at that time, Narad Muni had come and Narad Muni had said, "Oh Lord, this is such a wonderful form. All the people should see this form." So then Krishna said, "Yes, I will one day come in this form on earth." Part one, when we had done the Jagannath story, you remember? Narad Muni had requested that, "Lord, please come in this particular form and bless people." So that is why
Mataji, sorry, I missed it. What was the form again?
the Jagannath form, no, the big eyes, because you remember when Dwarka, Mother Rohini was explaining Krishna's pastime to the queens, and Mother Rohini had told that to Subhadra, "You stand as a security guard and don't let Krishna Balram come inside, because if they see, they will become very emotional, listening about their childhood stories." But the stories were so wonderful that Subhadra did not realize, she herself was listening so attentively, that Krishna and Balram also came and stood with her. And all of them forgot, and they were listening to the stories given by Mother Rohini, and their bodies changed their form, like how we normal human beings are. The Lord took the form of big eyes because they were so surprised. Their eyes became big. For Subhadrama, the hands went inside the body, the legs went inside the body. And at that time, Narad Muni saw that form and he said, "Oh Lord, it is such a wonderful form. Why don't you show this form to the people, to your devotees?" So that time, Lord Jagannath had promised, Lord Krishna had promised that one day I will take this form and I will come among the people, to my devotees. I will show this form to my devotees. So the fact that the carpenter, ran away and the king opened the door within 14 days was all, arrangement of the Lord. It was Lord's desire that king opens the door before time and the carpenter runs away, because Lord wanted himself to appear in that special form. We can say that it was mistake of the king, but actually it was the desire of the Lord to appear in that special Jagannath form. So are you able to understand? So once the king heard this description for Narad Muni, that it was the desire of the Lord to come in this particular form, and although I opened the gate, but it was, the thought came in my mind because Lord wanted it to happen like that. Krishna wanted to happen like that. That's why I opened the door early, and this is the form Lord himself wanted to come into. It was his desire to come in this particular form. Are people able to understand, Saurabh?
Yeah, Mataji, if you can see their screens, they're all raising their thumbs and all.
Okay. So this particular form was Jagannath, Baldev, and Subhadra. The black color one is Jagannath or Krishna, white color one is Balaram. And the one in the center is their sister. Her name is Subhadra. And on the left side of Krishna, we also have Sudarshan Chakra. So there is no difference between Krishna and Sudarshan Chakra. I'll show you the first slide where you can see the Sudarshan Chakra. It doesn't look like chakra, but in the temple we call it Sudarshan Chakra only. This one, Saurabh, this one, can you see this? This is the chakra.
Which one, Mataji?
This one. So actually, this is for the smaller Jagannath. The bigger Jagannath, the picture it's not visible. This, can you see my arrow?
Jagannaths. There are two Jagannaths here, Mataji, already.
Actually, they are the Utsav deities. Utsav deities means whenever there is a festival, they cannot carry the big Jagannath. So the smaller deities are taken for festivals. So this is Sudarshan Chakra. I'll show some other picture also. So there is a chakra also made on the wooden piece. Right? Okay, so let's move on. So now the deities have come, and now Narad Muni advised the king that you go and invite Lord Brahma for installing the deities. So any temple, the deities will come, but then we will have the ceremonies where the mantras will be recited, and actually the Lord comes and reside in that deity form. So we don't think that this is just a wooden piece or it is just a stone piece. Why should we worship the Lord? But actually the mantras are recited, and because of those mantras, the Lord himself comes and sits in that deity form. So Narad Muni tells king that you go and invite Lord Brahma. So then the king goes to Brahmaloka and he invites Brahmaji to come and install the deities, to do mantra, to do abhishek, and then give life to the deities. So installation was done on Purnima, the Purnima or the full moon, which comes in the month of May and June. And the king was finally very happy and grateful to have Lord in such a beautiful form. So if you remember that what a strong desire did the king had, that he wanted to, have first of all darshan of Neel Madhav. He could not have Neel Madhav, but then Lord himself said that I will come. You make a temple, I will come in a very special form. So then through King Indrayumna, Lord came as Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath, whom we all know now, is actually, this is the story that how he came on this earth through King Indrayumna. So this is the deities which are present in Puri, Jagannath Puri. These are the actual deities. You can have a look at them.
Yeah, some of them are saying, Mataji, yes, this is the one, they have seen it there.
Yes. Now, you would be wondering that, there is a Rath Yatra festival which happens. So we don't have too much of time, but I'll give you a short brief of what happens. So what happens when the day Lord actually, the birthday, as you can say, like how Krishna was born. Similarly, the birthday of Jagannath is celebrated as Snan Yatra.
Sorry, Mataji, who?
Snan Yatra. The birthday of Lord Jagannath is celebrated as Snan Yatra. Snan means they give a bath. Okay, so I'll share a picture where you can see the deities of Jagannath Puri. He's been given a bath, and that is supposed to be his birthday. The day he came to this material world in the wooden form. So you can see that they are wearing very different clothes, as if just tying. They have tied a piece of cloth so that it is easy to take it out, and it is specially draped around them so that it's easy to give them a bath. So the Abhishek happens on this particular day called Snan Yatra, and that is the day which is called celebrated as birthday of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, and
Mataji,
Subhadra.
I missed a bit. You said a special Abhishek. Oh, sorry.
Abhishek, yes.
What is Abhishek? Mataji?
Abhishek is like you pour Panchamrit on them, water.
What is Panchamrit, Mataji?
Panchamrit is like basically honey and ghee, and you mix all those things and you do. But with Jagannath, we do it only with water. With Jagannath, only with water is done the Abhishek. So what happens? So what happens after the Snan Yatra is over? It is said that Lord falls sick. He gets fever and he develops very strong cold. So before that cold happens, actually, there is a very interesting pastime. I quickly tell. Once there was a
Sorry, Mataji. Before what happens?
Before this, it is declared that yes, Lord has caught cold. He's given a bath, and then the clothes are changed, and then Lord appears as in the form of an elephant. After getting dressed up, like suppose you take a bath.
Can you explain how the Lord appears? I mean, is there a statue or a deity which is placed?
Yeah, I'll show you a picture. I'll share a picture. So once the bath is over, Lord is given fresh clothes, and they are decorated in the form of an elephant. But Subhadra Ma is decorated as a lotus flower. As lotus flower. By type.
Actually, Mataji, a photo would be better.
Yeah, I'll just show. So this is the decoration they do. So this is, they have done, it's called Hathi Vesh. Can you see their big ears?
Mataji, once the photo is down, then.
Yeah. So here Krishna and Balram, or Jagannath and Baldev, are dressed as elephant. And Subhadra Ma is dressed as a lotus flower. That's another one. Maybe it is more clear. Can you see this one? So here both the lords are dressed as elephant and Subhadra Ma is dressed as a lotus flower. So the story goes that once what happened, one great scholar who was a devotee of the Lord, Ganesh, he came to Puri and he met the king, King Indrayumna. And then king said, okay, let me take you to the temple and have a look at, take darshan of Lord Jagannath. But this scholar refused. He said, for me, the only God I worship is Lord Ganesh. I don't want to have a look at any other God. But somehow the king convinced him and take him that, okay, just for my sake, just come once. So it was so surprising. The moment this scholar went in front of Lord Jagannath, he did not see Lord Jagannath as how we see today. He only saw Lord Jagannath Baldev as Ganesha. He would close his eyes, he would rub his eyes, that maybe it was some kind of a confusion. He'll look away and then again he'll look at the Lord. Again he will see, it's only Ganesh. So it was another story of the Lord. It was another pastime of the Lord that Lord gave him darshan. So the way we want to see Krishna, Krishna shows us that form. Krishna can come in any form. So that is why after this Bath festival, after this Snan Yatra, Lord always comes in the form of a elephant. Now, next what happens, as I was saying, that now the Lord falls sick because he has taken so much of bath. So many hundreds of devotees have given him bath, and now the Lord falls sick. He catches a very severe cold. And for the next 14 days, Lord does not give darshan. The temple is closed, the altar is closed, but inside the Lord is given only herbal medicines and fruits. He is not given normal food, he is only given herbal things and fruits. Very light diet he is given. Like when we fall sick, how our mother and grandmother will give us only very those things which are good for our body, right? So Jagannath will not have very grand feast, will not have it normal food. He will have only those medicinal food. And after 14 days, when the temple opens, it is celebrated as Rath Yatra. So why Rath Yatra is done and where does Krishna goes for Rath Yatra, that's another big story. So that will consume a lot of time. Some other session we'll do that. You can have, I'll just share some picture. Sorry. So these are the three chariots. The three brothers, sisters, they have their own chariot, and each one of them go and sit in their own chariot. And that's how the Rath Yatra of Puri takes place. So it's said that estimated lakhs and lakhs of people from all over the world come to attend this Rath Yatra. In fact, in all these ISKCON centers, we celebrate this Rath Yatra and this bathing festival with lot of festivity. Every year we celebrate this Rath Yatra at our individual ISKCON centers, and we also celebrate. So I hope everybody could understand the story of why Jagannath came and what is the reason for getting this very different form. So I hope you understood. All the three recordings are available on YouTube. You can please watch the recording again. So how many of you could finish one round of chanting today? One, please raise your hands. Very good, very good, very good. So how many of you are observing Ekadashi today? How many of you are fasting? Very good, very nice. And Hari Bol. I'm very happy, actually, very happy to see all of you progressing in your spiritual life, observing Ekadashi, chanting one round with me. I'm also very happy to be with all of you. One small request. I'm compiling those Hare Krishna videos, the 108 videos I'm compiling, but I'm still not having all the 108 videos with me. I request those who have not done till now, please submit. And if you are asking your friends to do it, please tell them to sign properly, because I have received many videos of the people who are not, who are not part of our classes. They have signed the videos, but they have not signed it correctly. Okay, so I also, I don't want the Panchatattva mantra in that. I just want once, not even 2-3 times. I just want once the Hare Krishna mantra to be signed by you. Not 2-3 times. I don't want any Panchatattva. So those of you who have not sent, please record in horizontal with good lighting and camera facing directly you, in good smiling face, good clothes. I need at least around 25 to 30 more videos. Fine. So any questions? You've got 6 minutes.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. So the video which you were saying, Mataji, I sent one, and there was a hearing friend of mine who sent. If you want more, there are others who are not basically not joining us for these sessions, but can they send it?
Yes, they can send it, but the sign should be correct.
Mataji is saying that, have you seen the video which I made?
Yes, she made it very nice, and she sent her cousin's video also. Both were very good. I don't want a long video, max to max 12 to 15
She's saying,
seconds.
Mataji, same what she has signed. Since you said you want 20
But,
more people.
yeah. Same way. Just once.
Same, Mataji. Yeah. Correct.
Yeah.
She understood.
So anybody who wants to do it, but correctly.
Okay, Mataji.
Thank you.
There'll be other deaf people who will be sending videos.
Yeah.
She will send it to you.
Sure. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Namaskar, Mataji. Today we had a beautiful session, but there was a little confusion. Before 14 days, before 21 days, the king went inside. There was some other session where she saw that it was the queen who opened the door, and then the woodcutter, the person who was designing it went
They were
away.
together
But
actually. The king and queen were together. So maybe in some story they would have told that the queen opened or the king opened, but they were together. So actually, so many years back, who actually opened, it's difficult to record. But both husband and wife, the king and queen, were together. Actually, who pushed the door open, we don't know. But in most of the stories, it is said that the king opened the door.
requested Vaishali to only one question because there are others as well. If they are done, we'll come back to Vaishali.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Anutama Mataji, there was a picture which she had sent 12 to 14. Oh, sorry. About 12 or 14 videos she had sent, Mataji. Are they okay?
Nandini only had sent a couple of them were not okay. Actually, I wanted to know who has sent, so I was also searching my WhatsApp. Who has? So I'll go to her personal chat and find out what all videos Nandini has sent. And if some of them are not correct,
She's
I'll
asking
send it back.
Mataji which one. You just tell her, then she can get it.
Sure. I'll not now, but I'll go to her chat and I'll send it. Let her know.
Yeah. Just let her know, Mataji, which
Sure,
one
sure.
not correct,
Sure.
then she will.
Sure. I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay, Mataji. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
She's asking about Subhadra.
Okay.
She's saying Subhadra had offsprings, had children named Y and R, something like that, Mataji.
Subhadra had a child called Parikshit Maharaj. Abhimanyu. Subhadra's husband was Abhimanyu. And Abhimanyu died in Kurukshetra.
Abhimanyu
Parikshit,
is
yes.
Arjuna's son.
Arjuna's son. She was Arjuna's daughter-in-law, no? So what is the question?
She's asking that Subhadra had children Y and R. Is that correct?
Y and R. Starting with Y and R.
I think. Okay, Mataji.
She can text me if she can.
I sent her a text, Mataji.
Okay.
Parikshit. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
He's talking about a couple of friends, I mean, a group of friends of his. He's talking, there are some people who might be interested. If Anutama Mataji so I think he's talking about the Hare Krishna. Okay, sorry. No. Sorry, he's talking about other deaf people who might be interested in joining our sessions. He sees that the participants, it seems 28, 30 people only. Then he says that, is it okay he can invite other deaf people to our sessions?
Please do. Why not? We have a big Bhakti Viksha group, but then only hardly 30 people attend every time. So more people should join.
So basically they're from Kolkata people. And she says that if these sessions, the Zoom meetings, Zoom links, if they can be sent in those groups, is it okay? They can also join?
So either, see, the two things are, one, either you join the group, or if they don't want to join the group, then whenever he gets this link, usually in the morning it comes, or one day in advance, he can forward these links to them. Not a problem. They can join.
Asking Mataji, will it be possible that they can pay? I mean, once they're interested, we can also give them the japa mala and the bag. They will pay for it.
Yeah. But I think he's in Mayapur. He can buy it easily and give it to them. If it is not possible for him, I can send it from here.
He's saying, Mataji, will it be able to be posted at their addresses? And
You send the address, they can GPay me the amount. I can buy it from the temple, and I can send it by register by speed post to them. I sent it earlier also to many deaf people. So get me the addresses, I'll send it to them. It comes to hardly 120, 140 rupees it comes to. Bag and the speed post charges and the japamala, everything comes to not more than 150 also. So I can send it to them. You get me the addresses, I'll send it to them.
So Mataji, you will do it?
I'll do it, no problem. Tell him to send the addresses to me. Let them send it to him and he can forward it to me. So I'm not sure of the amount, Saurav, actually.
Yeah, that's what he's asking, that any place, the amount remains the same, is it, Mataji?
No, not really, not really. It depends. When I take it to the post office people decide. See, the bag and the beads will not be no change. There'll be 30 rupees, 40 rupees. That's it. With by 80 rupees, you'll get the bag and the beads. Only the charges of sending
He
by
understands,
courier.
Mataji. Yeah,
Yeah,
he got it.
thank you. Hare Krishna.
Mataji is saying somehow something has happened. Her WhatsApp, you have blocked her WhatsApp and she has joined through her her son's mobile.
I have
So
blocked her
why have you
WhatsApp.
blocked it? Yeah, she's saying.
I don't think I can block. I didn't even go to WhatsApp and search her name.
It is blocked, Mataji. She's asking you to check it.
I'll check it. I'll check it. This is my video. Okay. What does it show? I'll check it. Sorry. Just tell her after the class, I'll check it.
Mataji, she's saying that somehow she from her phone is unable to log into the Zoom link
Okay.
which she sends, and she is using her son's mobile to get into Zoom.
Is it problem with us or she has some other technical issue she has to check?
She's going to text you, Mataji, tomorrow.
I'll also check it my end.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Tell Uma I've already seen it on her WhatsApp. This beautiful jewelry. Thank you. Wonderful work she's doing. She's very greatly artistic. Only Neelam and Tunni is left. So
Neelam, Mataji?
Neelima, I think. Neelima and Tunni Kumari are left. Vaishali has also asked one question already.
Let's take the question, Mataji. She's talking about the Daru Brahma, and when it was found on the river, and for 21 days, the carpenter said, I will work and I will not, I don't want to be disturbed. So when the carpenter was working, the king heard the sounds of cutter working with his tools, etc. Mataji, I'm a little confused. 1 minute. She's saying, Mataji, the same question, why was the work stopped? 1 minute. It's 14 days, Mataji. She's asking, why was the work stopped in 14 days?
Because the king opened the door in 14 days. Because he could not hear any sound
Mataji,
coming from
this
the
will,
room.
I think...
See, the king did not hear any sound coming from inside the room. And he thought that something has happened to the carpenter.
Mataji, I think a deaf person can explain. You have already explained this.
Okay.
Let's see, Madhura can explain it. That will be better, no? Okay, Mataji, I would have to take your leave. They are having their conversation about the 14 days and the 21 days. Why was the stopped in
You
14?
please inform Tunni because she's the only one we have not attended. You tell her we can take her later. Rest everybody we have taken question. So can Madhura send a video to Neelima? Explain to her if she's understood. Can she make a video and send it to Neelima explaining? She has a number. I'll send. I'll send to Madhura her number.
Thank you, Mataji.
Just tell Tunni.
माताजी ले ही लेते हैं, इतना हो ही गया
अच्छा।
तो एक को भी क्यों छोड़ना.
वैशाली को बोलो लिख के भेजेगी.
She says she has been to Puri She's been to other places also. She's also seen the Snan Yatra, and it's really, really beautiful. And the Bhoga, and I mean, it's really grand. There's so many different. I mean, there is, I think, a huge area where there's a circular path, and then the additional areas. Oh, Mataji, is there a mosque nearby or something like that? Or you can see it, or you can see Krishna through it, or from there you see it, something like that?
I'm not aware of any mosque. I'm not. Huh? Puri. I have not seen. I have to. I have yet to visit Puri.
Oh, you haven't? You haven't. He says it's a beautiful place, it's a beautiful
I
experience.
have Jagannath at home, but I have not visited Puri.
There's a beach also inside and everything. Okay. Mataji, she's saying the Hare Krishna video she has sent. Is that okay?
Yeah, actually, Tunya, I wanted to request if she can do it again. She had done 2 videos, and in that very long videos, and I want a short video of just one time chanting Hare Krishna. So the first video I received, but it was very long, and I just wanted once. I don't want Panchatattva also.
So Mataji, since you didn't respond to her with any of this. If you would have responded,
Because I'm not responding anybody. I've just started compiling them. I'm not responding anybody. To your sketches and the Bhoga offering, I'm responding, but to videos, I'm not. So if you can, she can do it again for me once. Just one time signing, and no Panchatattva specifically, because it's going to be a very long video. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna Mataji. Okay, Mataji.
Fine. So you can please tell them to type. Otherwise, we can take the questions next time, next Sunday.
My time is over, Mataji. I told
Can she sign and send? I'll try to understand. Can she sign her question? Bhumika and Vaishali, can you both sign your questions and send it to me? I'll take somebody's help and I'll try to answer.
Vaishali was saying it is not long, it is short, it is not long. I told her it's been more than 1 hour I have been interpreting.
Please tell them to sign. I will definitely respond. Just sign their questions. If it's a short question, and I'll definitely understand. Bhumika also, she can send her video.
Okay,
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everybody. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Saurabh.
Thank you, Mataji.